this tutorial, we want to consider case 1 of a projectile. If an object is rolled horizontally and the object will follow this path and land at this point. And in this tutorial, we want to derive an equation that we can use to calculate the height, h, and also to calculate the horizontal distance traveled, which is known as range, and the time taken for the object from this point to this point. Let us consider this. We know that this is positive y side. This is our x, this is positive x, this is the negative, and this is also a negative. Now, in a projectile motion, we take our acceleration due to gravity negative, and the reason why we take it negative is that acceleration due to gravity is acting downward like this, and because it's acting downward, it's acting towards the negative side, so we take our acceleration due to gravity as negative. Now let us consider this equation of motion. We know that our s equal to ut plus half gt square, but we will take our acceleration due to gravity as negative, so we change this sign to negative sign. So we have x equal to ut minus half gt square, and also this x simply means distance traveled, but in this case we want to represent this x with h. Now this is our, let us say this is our point A and this is our point B. Let us say we denote the height of this point by h subscript a. We denote the height of this point with h subscript b. Now this height, since the object move from this point to this point, so this h will be the difference between this and this. That means our height h equal to hb minus ha, but our hb at this point is 0. If you see, our hb at this point is 0, so if you substitute 0 into this, that means our h equal to 0 minus h sub a. That means our minus h sub a equal to h. If we divide both sides by minus 1, because if you divide this one by minus 1, it will be positive, and if we divide this one by minus 1, this one will be negative. That means our h sub a equal to negative h. That means our height here is what? Is just like a displacement, is negative h. So because we want to find the horizontal distance traveled by this object, let us substitute replace x with negative h. So our equation will now be negative h equal to ut minus half gt square. But I want you to understand also that the object is rolled horizontally. If the object is rolled horizontally, the initial vertical velocity of the object is a zero. So if we substitute a zero into this equation, our u is the initial vertical velocity of the object. If we substitute into this, that means we now have minus h equal to a zero multiplied by t minus half gt square. Now our minus h equal to minus half gt square. We can multiply both sides of this equation by minus 1, and if you multiply both sides of this equation by minus 1, this one will turn to positive and this negative will also turn to positive. That means our h equal to half gt square. That means the formula that we can use to calculate our height is this. This is the formula for our height. This is the formula for our height. Also, if you want to calculate the time taken by the object from this point to this point, what we just have to do is that we rearrange this equation. And if you want to rearrange, the first thing that we should do is that let us multiply both sides of the equation by 2. Then we have 2h equal to 2 multiplied by 1 all over 2 gt square. These two we cancel 2. That means 2h equal to gt square. That means gt square equal to 2h. Divide both sides of the equation by g. If you divide both sides of this equation by g, that means we have g over g. This cancel this. That means t square equal to 2h over g. If I square root both sides, this 2 will be out here. That means my t equal to plus or minus. Whenever we do square root, we put plus or minus over root 2h over g. Technically, time can never be negative. Since time can never be negative, we get rid of this negative sign and we stick to this formula. T equal to root 2h over g. Now the next thing that we want to calculate is that the horizontal distance traveled by the object from this point B to this point. In a projectile, the horizontal velocity does not change. That means the horizontal velocity at this point is the same thing as the horizontal velocity that they use to project the object at this point. So the horizontal velocity does not change. And we know that velocity equal to displacement over time. Now let us take our velocity here to be v sub x, which is the final velocity. And I have said that the horizontal velocity of a projectile does not change. We can either use u sub x or v sub x. We can use neither of the two. But let us use v sub x here equal to our displacement is the range and we denote it by r. Let us put r over what? Our time, let us use t. If we cross multiply like this, that means our r equal to v sub x times t.